Covert Café, how's it going this evening, huh? Wow. Welcome to Covert Café. Welcome to Religious Mess. This is a stand-up comedy show all about religion. We have a bunch of comedians, including myself, that were either raised religious or we were heavily involved in our religion. Before I get into it, my name's Chris Hudson. I'll be hosting tonight. Thank all y'all for being here. Give a clap for yourselves for being here and being here, hearing about religion. Let's do another clap for Colin behind the bar, everybody. Give it up for Colin behind the bar. You make sure you treat him well. And Joe on sound. Give it up for Joe on sound. He's back there. He'll be back there. My name's Chris Hudson, and this is going to be Religious Mess. We got a lot of great comics on the show tonight. Myself, I was raised Roman Catholic. Any Roman Cathies out here? That's what I call them, Roman Cathies. We got to stick together, us Roman Cathies. It's a little bit different than just like your run-of-the-mill Catholic, because there's a little bit of similarities, but with Roman Catholicism, it's got to all be traditional. Got to have the robe, got to have the hat, got to have the scepter, got to have the orb with mysterious smoke coming out of it. Big orb with mysterious smoke budget, the Roman Catholics. Maybe it was frankincense, maybe it was myrrh. No one ever said what was coming out of the orb, but there was always an orb with smoke coming out of it. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what the numbers were that Sunday. They had the orb with smoke coming out of it. Services in Latin. That's Roman Catholic. Yeah. There's never a word of English. Just telling you the stories and admonishing you in Latin, and they never taught you. So they taught you Latin in Catholic school, but I actually got kicked out of CCD. I got kicked out of Catholic school because I failed the Bible test too many times. Turns out if you fail that test too many times, they do ask you to not be at the school anymore. They were like, look, you have to either pay money or get out of the school. If you pay enough money, you get to stay. But in the CCD. So they don't actually really teach you Latin in the church if you're attending service. They don't teach you Latin. This is funny because somebody told me they went to a really historic church out in Europe, and it was Catholic. And I asked them if they had. So another thing with the Roman Catholic Church is if it's fancy enough, you get the kneeling stools. That you bring down from the benches, the kneeling stools, because you're going to kneel a lot. There's a lot of kneeling in the Roman Catholic Church because there's the prayers and it's in Latin and you try to follow along. There's no subtitles. They should add subtitles. They should add subtitles to the Roman Catholic Church. That would be perfect. I'm going to suggest that to the Pope. He's got an Instagram, right? I think he does. You slide in his DMs. Hey Pope. Services in Latin. So I never understood what they were saying. But I was an altar boy. I had my confirmation. I've been confirmed. Don't worry. Did my first communion. Did everything. Which, by the way, my buddy who also happens to be your bartender tonight did point out to me the other night. We all drank from the same cup. That was something that I forgot about in Roman Catholicism. It's one chalice, which the other night somebody described to me as a pimp cup. Yeah. Which not far off. Snoop Dogg and the Roman Catholic Church actually a lot more in common than you think. It was like a pimp cup with encrusted jewels, and you're drinking wine out of it, which was really cool as a kid to drink wine. But everybody drank from the same cup, which I think they stopped doing at the COVID. That's part of the service. And I was an altar boy, and you don't understand Latin, you don't understand anything, you don't understand any of what they are saying on the church stage. But let me tell you this, you do understand what it means when they start reaching down a little bit for your junk. You understand that for sure. That's universal in every language. Same cup. I just can't stop thinking about that. Same cup. Because it was the gold cup, right? And they would have a rag so they could wipe it off after each person, right? So it wasn't like super crazy. They had the rag to wipe it off, but it was the same rag. Yeah. Same rag, same cup. And I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, whoa, how did we not have more diseases doing the Roman Catholicism? I went to confession a lot. Anybody else go to confession a lot growing up? A lot of confession. You go into a booth with like a metal grate, and you kind of can see the priest, but you can't. It's like he's pixelated. He doesn't use a voice changer either. It's just his normal voice. You're supposed to tell him all the sins, all the bad things you did. You know what I realized, thinking about this the other day? You know what I realized? Confessional is therapy without accountability or change. That's all confessional is. Because you can tell a priest the worst things you've ever done in your entire life, and he'll be like, all right, that's 50 Hail Marys, you're good. Anything. He just adds Hail Marys. Whatever you say to him, he adds Hail Marys for you to say with the rosary. He's like, look, you do 50 between me and the big guy, you are good. No, you don't have to do anything different. Keep living your life, keep coming back, keep giving us money, please. Gotta tithe. You think they don't watch you, but they do watch you. They do watch what you're putting into that plate. You gotta tithe. If you don't tithe, you lose your subscription to being Roman Catholic. They won't let you back in if you don't tithe. Gotta tithe. Yeah. My family actually got excommunicated from the Roman Catholic Church. And I know when I say that, it's gonna sound like we did something really bad. We didn't do anything bad. It's just that my parents got divorced, and so they kicked us out. When you're actually super traditional Catholic, you cannot get divorced. If you got married in that church, if you got married in a Roman Catholicism way, when you get divorced, you're out. You gotta leave. You gotta get out of there. Because the only Catholic who successfully got divorced was the King of England. And that's because he beheaded the head of the church and made himself the head of the church. And then he was like, I can get divorced, but nobody else. So yeah, we got kicked out of the Catholic Church. And then my family, I was with my mom, and we went down different rungs of Christianity until we just ended up at a YMCA center. You know, with the folding chairs and everything. Yeah, we were there. Yeah, you don't hear about Jesus much in the YMCA center, except the men's locker room. You'll hear Jesus there a lot, because those old guys do not wear towels. So you'll hear it from the men's locker room. You'll hear somebody yell. They'll be like, Jesus Christ! So you're like, oh, okay, there he is. He's there. He's present. Yeah. Being fun. Yeah, I'm not really religious anymore. I haven't been for a long time, you know? I mean, I do believe in, like, energy. That's how long I've been living in Portland. Is that I'm like, there's energy. Yeah, of course there is. You don't want to cross that. I don't cross anybody who seems like they could do spells. Because I want to be on the good side of that. I want to be on the good side. I've heard people talk about curses. But I mentioned Jesus. You know what I was thinking about the other day? There are so many people still waiting for him to come back. You guys think about that? A lot of church is kind of centered around him coming back, right? They want him to come back. Everybody wants Jesus to come back. It gives the same energy as like, well, my dad left going for a pack of cigarettes like over 2,000 years ago. But he's coming back. He's coming back. And when he comes back, he's going to do good. You'll see. He's going to do good. It's going to be great. It's going to be different. People want Jesus to come back. It's crazy. I think about that. They want him to come back. Why? For what? So he can look around and be really bummed out? You want to make Jesus cry? Because he's going to look around. If he comes back, he's going to look around. He's going to be like, y'all had how long? How long did y'all have? What do you mean you still think about the 90s? What does that mean? Do you mean the year 90? Because I do remember that. I do remember the year 90. It was a good year. People want Jesus back because he did miracles. I remember he did miracles, right? He did miracles with the fish, turn one fish into many, turn one loaf of bread into many. We got that down. We're good on the bread. Have you been to a grocery store lately? There is so much bread. There's a lot of bread. Like, if he came back and did the one loaf into many, we'd be like, Jesus, this is great, but we got to get rid of half of this. I'm sorry. We got to throw half of this out right now. We have, like, sushi and stuff now. Nobody's going to eat this bread. You know who doesn't want Jesus back at all? Billionaires. Because Jesus was a socialist. He was. He's all about redistributing the wealth. Like, there was an episode in the Bible, and I do call them episodes. I think HBO should pick it up. There's a lot of stuff in there. But there's an episode, it's kind of a strange episode. There's some merchants selling like gold trinkets in the church. And Jesus walks in, he flips a table and he goes, "Not in my Father's house." That's why I think it would be perfect for HBO, by the way. That'd be a great HBO scene. No, but he's against wealth redistribution. He wants wealth redistribution. That's what I mean. I have trouble saying the word redistribution all of a sudden. That's not a good sign for me. You know who does want Jesus back? Really badly. You know who does want Jesus back? They just don't know it. Alcoholics. Because that dude was turning water into wine all day. He'd bring winos back. I haven't seen a wino in forever. He'd bring them back. Do you know what I think happened to winos? This is what I think happened to winos. Boxed wine. You guys ever had boxed wine? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I drank a box of Franzia one time when I was still drinking, and I did end a decade-long friendship. Boxed wine is like dynamite. But yeah, he could do all that if he came back, but I don't think he wants to come back. I think he's good. I think he's like aliens. You know how they're like, oh, aliens exist, they just have seen what we're doing, and they're like, no, thank you. I think it's the same thing with Jesus. He's seen what we're doing, he's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Not doing it again, won't get me the second time. First time, shame on me. Second time, not enough caves for me to come back out of. You guys ready for the rest of the show? We got a great show tonight. Oh my God.